Welcome, Ducks fans, to a spooky edition of QUACKAST. Tonight, it will be episode 4 of season 2, and we will go over the most recent three Ducks games that were played. I'm pretty late this episode, considering that one of the games that I wanted to preview earlier was already played earlier today. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So, for right now, sit back, relax, maybe put a costume on because it's Halloween, and enjoy this episode of QUACKAST. If you want to see me do that intro again of Halloween music, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Nope.
So now let's go talk about our first those three games that we played. And we'll start with the Winnipeg game. So already the third and final meeting of the season for the Jets. Some crazy scheduling somehow to have that happen. It would be scoreless into the second period, and Evgeny Svechnikov would get his first goal of the season on a great play, and it would be assisted by Pierre-Luc Dubois and Kyle Connor, who we've already talked about a lot this season. Sonny Milano gets on the board for the first time, and everyone was saying for him to be sent down and traded because he kept being injured. Well, Milano's back, and he's healthy now, and he's been making a lot of great plays. Milano, on a setup so good that it's scary, from Trevor Zegras, ties the game at 1 apiece, just a couple minutes after Svechnikov scored the first goal. Josh Manson, the defenseman, the defensive defenseman, takes a slapper in the third period, and he scores it top shelf, and it's 2-1 Ducks early in the period. But Andrew Copp, on another great play, would tie the game at 2 for the Jets. So the theme of this game through the entire part of the game was that the Ducks were out shooting the Jets and having the better of the chances. The Winnipeg had very few chances. They were making them count. That was one of them to tie the game at 2. The other one, is Svechnikov, was the same. Trevor Zegras gets his first of the season on a great play from Sonny Milano, and it's 3-2 Ducks. But then they would pull the goalie at the end, do the Jets. Nikolai Ehlers ties it at the 18:40 mark of the third period. And then, okay, no worries, you're tied, though I didn't want that. Just get the game to overtime, and oh my goodness!
Copp won the draw on the Ehlers goal, wins the draw here. Peon's shot ends up as a pass. They score! Off the skate of Stosny and in! A bad luck bounce for the Ducks. When you get people going to the net, it's a one face-off. And it's just whipped towards.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Now I can let Ducks fans tell me that that's a vintage Ducks loss. That is a vintage Ducks loss. I'll agree with you there. Let's go over to the next game. So the first part of another set of back-to-backs, the Buffalo Sabres. So the Buffalo Sabres had been surprisingly hot to start the year, and they showed us why early in the first period. Zemgus Girgensons gets his third goal of the season at the 15:03 mark of the first to make it Girgensons 1 and Ducks 0, assisted by Kyle Okposo and Mark Pesic.
Bummer.
Rasmus Asplund would add to the Sabres' lead on a power play goal on a slap shot. And then the Sabres would score very quickly again, just a minute and a half or so after that, with a goal from Arttu Ruotsalainen.
Oh no.
The Ducks need a spark, something to get themselves back in the game, and they get it. Troy Terry gets a rebound and he scores about a minute 45 after Ruotsalainen made it 3-0. And then the Ducks are battling hard, super hard. They're winning puck battles and trying to make plays. Adam Henrique gets to a rebound and... oh, what a save. Oh, what a save.
He shoots and scores.
When I was listening to this game live, I had no idea that that was Adam Henrique's 200th goal. Very impressive, Henrique. 200 goals. That's 200 times more than me.
Correct.
Tip my cap to you. Well done, sir. So we go into period numero 3. The Ducks win a face-off. Kevin Shattenkirk has the puck at the point. He passes to Simon Benoit, who shoots. Simon Benoit has 86th the Sabres 3-0 lead on a shot from the point. So with that, the Ducks would get this one to overtime and not have a collapse like they did versus Winnipeg. So we get late into overtime. It's pretty even at this point, but the Sabres have the puck here just with a minute to go. Victor Olofsson makes a great play, gets around the defenseman. Stolars is out, he's swimming, and it's a wide open net for Rasmus Asplund to win the game with 43 seconds remaining. And now we go to the very next day, it's back-to-backs. The Ducks go up the 15 freeway to Las Vegas. And it will be the Golden Knights, who I mentioned in our previous episode, are known for absolutely kicking our buttocks. The Golden Knights would go up early on a goal from Riley Smith, no relation to the Riley Smith in baseball. And it was already looking ugly because at the end of the period, the shots were 21-3 for Vegas. That just goes to show you just how dominant Vegas was, at least in that first period. Defenseman Nicholas Hague would get the second goal of the game for Vegas, and Hague's second of the season on a slap shot. And late in the period, Trevor Zegras would get us on the board at 2-1 on a great play from Sonny Milano again. We might have to start keeping an eye on that connection, 12-46. We go to the third period. All right, you got a power play because Riley Smith got 2 minutes where you can't do that. Oh, shoot, you can't score. And then it's a turnover in the neutral zone. Chandler Stevenson walks in and passes through the Ducks' defense as if they're ghosts on this Halloween. And he buries a backhander past Gibson's glove to make it 3-1 Vegas. William Carrier gets one from the aforementioned Chandler Stevenson. It's his first goal of the season. It's 4-1. Troy Terry gives us at least a bit of a pulse in the third period. He scores on a breakaway to make it 4-2. And then Isaac Lundestrom and the Ducks are in a battle down low. Leonard makes a save, but Isaac scores on the rebound, and now it's 4-3. Could they do it again? Leonard made a save on a shot, and now we have a face-off. Let's see who wins it and what happens on this next play.
Shots 38-31 in favor of Vegas. The Ducks had 23 of those 31 shots in the final two periods. Silverberg out of the corner. It's a Zegras. Here's Shattenkirk.
Oh my goodness, they did it again. A 3-goal deficit, but this time they had to get all of them in the third period. Brand new game, 4-4. Adam Henrique, you son of a gun, you're awesome. Tie game, 4-apiece, third period. Vegas is stunned. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, this just goes to show you, my friends, that the Ducks are playing with much more grit and tenacity than they did last year. They didn't have a whole lot of fight in them, unlike like they do now. 4-4. Ducks do manage to get this one to overtime, so 1 point again. And it was all about the defense in overtime. Nobody could really get a lot of good plays on either side. So I guess for the first time in my show's history, we're going to be talking shootouts. So for those who don't know the shootout, think of it as hockey's version of the penalty kick. We'll have three rounds is how it works. You got to win by 2, and if you're tied after those 3 rounds, we essentially are in sudden death. And if one team scores, the other team must respond. And if one team scores and another team saves, the game would be over at that point. So, the shootout. We go to round 1. Trevor Zegras scores on a backhander, and the Vegas Golden Knights miss their first shot. The Ducks would have a chance to give themselves a great advantage with Comtois, but he was denied by Robin Lehner, and Gibson denied the second Vegas shot from Jonathan Marchessault. So it's the third round. If the Ducks score at this point, the game is over. Kevin Shattenkirk's going to come in. Oh, he was robbed by Lehner.
Bruh.
That ain't going to work. But, however, Gibson still has a chance to win it for our Ducks. All he has to do is stop Nicholas Waugh. Here comes Waugh in. Deeks, he scored. Okay, no worries. No worries. We're just going to go to a 4th round, and they're going to bring out Troy Terry, who's been pretty hot lately. Here comes Troy Terry. Stopped by Lehner. Oh. Now the Ducks have the pressure on them, and Gibson needs to deny the newly acquired free agent Evgeny Dadonov of the Golden Knights if we're going to force this to a 5th round. Here comes Dadonov. He's going to come in. Deeks it to the backhand. He scored. Dadonov scored, and the Golden Knights once again show to the Ducks that they are literally unbeatable in every aspect. We're like now, 320-5 versus them all time? Ouch! With that loss, shame. But let's tip our caps to the Ducks because they showed us once again that they are never, I shouldn't say never, but they are almost never out of it. Coming back from 3 goals in back-to-back games. That's on a set of back-to-backs. That is very, very impressive. So, while I was upset, very upset at the time, we should realize that the Ducks are showing us great determination and are proving to teams that even the best teams, that they can still play with the best of them.